It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've been to Home Bargains and we've picked up a Love Lane Brewery Blackbird. It's an extra stout from them at 6.7% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. But get this, it was £1.49. £1.49 a can for 6.7% ABV. Do you know, there's been a lot of hats being thrown into the ring recently in the stout market. Ever since Guinness, at the Christmas of 2024, when, oh, we can't make enough Guinness for everybody. Oh, we have a shortage. They tried to do that whole FOMO, that fear of missing out. And it backfired massively, to the point now where you can now find it'll come to me. A big name stout is returned to Murphy's, that's the one. Murphy's has returned to Tesco, brewed by Heineken. Heineken spotted an opportunity with the Guinness. Oh, we can't make enough. Other breweries also make these draft stouts now. But Home Bargains, don't count them out. 6.7% ABV, £1.49. This could be excellent. It could be atrocious. There's only one way to find out, and that's pouring it. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. So immediately I'm thinking maybe a touch thin. It's looking a little bit thin, only on the pour. I might be wrong. But on the pour, the beer's looking a touch thin for that 6.7% ABV. You've got a 1 to 2 finger tan coloured head. The head wants to stay around quite a bit, which is interesting, which is good in a good, interesting way. Small amounts of carbonation rising up the side of the glass. Jet black beer in the glass. There's no light bleeding through whatsoever here. You see the beer rocking back and forth. You can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. Let's get the aroma then. I mean, wow. Roasted malt, chocolate, coffee, caramel. Wow, I mean, wow. It's quite rich, it's quite... caramel, raisin, plum, fig, prune, roasted malt, bitter coffee, bitter dark chocolate. Lots of roasted malt in the beer then. Let's get into this one. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Ooh, they've used, oh, wow. Ooh. I like that. I do. Because they've used quite a lot of roasted malts in this beer. I've been to breweries and I grabbed a handful of roasted malt from the sack. And you get that, when you get a big handful of roasted malt and you stick it to your nose, maybe you eat some of it, you get a lot of roastiness. Now, what you're supposed to do with stouts, extra stouts, is you use a lot of pale malt, actually. Use a load of pale malt, and then you use maybe 5-6% of that is roasted malt. That colours, that 5 or 6% of that roasted malt is enough to colour it, and it's enough to give you that fantastic taste you get from what we all know and love as stout. It's almost as if, I don't know, maybe it's slightly, because home baggins, like, you can imagine the phone ringing on a Monday morning. Right, I've got this idea. You know, the owner of Home Baggins, because they own Love Lane Brewery. They own it. They own the brewery. Home Baggins do. You can imagine the phone ringing on a Monday morning. I've got this fantastic idea. We're going to brew a big, strong stout, and we're going to sell it for £1.49. And the brewer's like, right, okay, right. Oh, how the blooming heck are we going to do this then? And they're like, oh, we're going to have to use some more roasted malt. We're going to have to use more. We're going to have to break down that barrier of only using like maybe 5 or 6% of the whole ingredients being roasted malt. We're going to have to stick some more in. And you can taste it in the beer. Personally, on a personal level, I don't mind it. I don't mind this added amount of roasted malt, because for me it's still an all natural beer. If this was stuffed full of syrups, and if this was stuffed full of glucose, and if this was stuffed full of nasty adjunct-y ingredients, I would be slating this beer right now. I'd be like, this is just a complete mess. I hate it. But I don't. And this is the point. I don't. I actually really like it. It might be a bit too roasty toasty for some. It might. But for others, this could be their perfect stout. There's loads of roasted malt in here. I'd go as far to say as it might be even 8, 9, maybe 10% of the whole malt bill might be roasted malt, which is kind of like, it's full on. You get this kind of feeling of roastiness in the back of the throat, bitterness in the back of the throat, bitter dark chocolate, coffee, kind of just swaying away in the back of the throat. And if you're the type to drink strong coffee anyway, if you have espressos, like those little shots of Italian coffee, just to get you going in the morning, then this might be the ideal drink for you. This might be like the holy grail. It's £1.49. I did a review very recently, as of just 20 minutes ago, but you've probably seen it sooner than that, of 3 lagers from Home Baggins, which I thought was superb, and they definitely compete with the likes of Tesco's and Morrison's and Asda's for their lagers. One from Germany, DAB lager, 2 from Turkey, a Ficky and a Tuborg Ficky, and a Efes draft, and they were excellent. And I actually grabbed hold of this can and brought this into the review, saying, if Home Baggins can nail a cheap craft beer that complements their great, I think their lager offering is great. They've always been very good for lager, have Home Baggins. Then they're onto something. They really are onto something. So I'm really pleased to tell you that this beer is that beer. This beer is the beer that's cheap, higher ABV, 6.7%, and it's tasty. Before I give my rating, I have no association with Home Bargains at all. I went to my local Barry store, I picked up the lagers myself, I picked up the stout myself. These are my own personal opinions with the money I paid for these products. This is a great stout, this really is, but you have to enjoy bitterness. You have to do, if you're a sweetie stout person with lots of kind of cocoa powder in it, this may not be for you. So I do warn you up front, this has some fantastic bitterness in it for a stout. I love it. I love it. I think it's damn brilliant, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I've been very critical in the past of Home Bargains craft beers, and if the people of Home Bargains ever watch this, they might agree. But credit where credit's due, they're getting there. They really are getting there. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.